What's up, guys? Winter Kills here, just letting you know that right now I'm currently in the next great YouTuber competition, and you can actually go and vote for me if you want to, if you weren't aware. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. You can go there to vote for me if you want. If not, I appreciate your time anyways, and enjoy the rest of the video, guys. What's up, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to another testing match. Today we've got Spirals versus PK Fire. Been a lot more PK Fire on the channel lately, only because my friend there on the left has picked up the deck, built it. He used to play BA way back when it was still had, somewhat full power, big BA, I should say, during Shadal format. And I think that was one of the last times he really competitively played the Burning Abyss archetype. Now playing it again with the new Phantom Knight support. Of course, we all know how that works. We'll see Spiral Quick Fix coming out with that machine dupe, adding Big Red and one other card. Not exactly sure. I think that might have been Super Agent. Very strong first turn play, though. I always liked how the Spirals could integrate machine dupe into their deck, and you'll see, yep, that is Super Agent. He will summon. He'll call the monster correctly. He'll get a free summon. He's going to go into a rank 1, I think. How nice, and it's going to be Ghostrick Dullahan, which is actually a pretty decent card. But how nice would it be if Super Agent was a tuner in this case? I'd probably set up for some pretty unique plays if he was a tuner. I don't think he does too much on top of his summoning condition. I think he may have another effect, but nothing Burning Abyss here can't deal with. You'll see Farfa, normal summoning that, and I think special summoning the Rubik. Being sure to detach the Farfa. He's going to Ghost Ogre it. But he will get to add back, and it's not going to negate Dante's effect, which is going to be the most important thing here. You will get to banish the Dullahan, getting rid of its materials completely, and adding back the Farf again for further use. Down the road, milling one Phantom Knight card. Going to use Fogblade to special summon it, and then summon the Silent Boots. Going to overlay into another Dante. Milling Fogblade, double Allure. Could be better, but he does have the Silent Boots, which is going to grab another Fogblade, basically your Fiendish Chain. Feels nice being more acclimated with the Phantom Knight cards, because beforehand, before he played the deck, nobody in my locals really was playing PK Fire. If I wanted to play against PK Fire, I'd have to go to a tournament. That was our way to kind of see more diversity. He's going to go into Beatrice, main phase 2, revive Dante by discarding Seer for the Beatrice summon, go into a Downward with that Dante. So if he does manage to spin it, he can still get a search, or get to add back off of the Dante. Now I think that is I think that thing is called Drone. I'm not sure exactly what that thing is. It kind of looks like a helicopter or something, like a quadcopter. Level 1, he's going to get to look at the top deck. I think it's either the top or top 3 cards of his deck in order to rearrange them, I think, in any order. I think that's how they work. He's going to go to attack into the Beatrice, remembering that his Dullahan comes back. He's going to send another Farfa to remove that card from the field. Hopefully he won't forget this time. We're going to activate Big Red. Summon that back out from grave. Gonna reveal the top 3 cards of his deck again. Gonna get to arrange them in any order. Could stack them. Could be drawing a pretty garbage card next turn. It is a decent effect, but he doesn't really use the Spiral engine as just, the way to play the deck. He does have other cards in here to kind of support it, because on its own it's not too strong, as you can already tell. Of course, the machine duplication was cute, but it didn't really get him anywhere against, Phantom Knight Burning Abyss, which is obviously much more powerful as a deck. See him add back that Seer, banish the Cloak for a Boots, and then banish a Fogblade for another Phantom Knight, and summon the Silent Boot. He's got another rank 3 play here set up pretty easily. But he does, to get back to what I was going to say earlier, is he does play a Synchro Fusionist type build with the Brilliant Fusion access and that Break Sword combo, which is so devastating. Probably seen it before in this channel, at least with his build, that Break Sword right into a Dark Xyz Rebellion. The fact that not only is he a Scrap Dragon, but or a Direwolf too, but the fact that he revives the both Phantom Knight monsters as level 4 so he can make an instant rank 4 is absolutely retarded. You know, I always wondered what made the card so good. You know, I was kind of out of it. Like I said, I didn't really pay attention too much to Phantom Knights because they just weren't present at my locals. It's mostly Pendulum. Pretty sure the biggest thing I had to deal with is he scoops there was Pendulum. The fact that he revives 2 monsters for a rank 4 play is really, really cool. So he's going to open up Brilliant Fusion. You're going to get to see exactly what his deck, his build is meant to do. He's going to send Lazuli. Obviously, the engine requirement. And Galaxy Serpent. Going to add that back off Lazuli. So he's got a free level 2 light tuner. Worst comes to worst, you can almost summon that and make a level 7 synchro. But I think he's got a little bit more to do than that. I think that one's called Drone. If it's not, I'm still calling it Drone anyways. Gonna reveal the top 3. Arrange them in any order. Could have set him up for something bad. There's Totekumborg. No Terratop. But there you go. You'll see some synergy right there with the Super Agent and the Drone. So using the Drone to set up the Super Agent. So as you can see, the cards do work well with each other. I'm not too sure. Well, I'm sure Quick Fix is your searcher. So that's decent. You can search out your Super Agent. But that is definitely a pretty nice combo there. Being able to go Drone into Super Agent by stacking opponents. That kind of reminds me of Sylvans a little bit. You know, you reveal, you mill a plant, if you mill a Sylvan. Kind of getting that vibe, I'm sure most of you are too. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Gonna go into a Cell Synchron. Gonna do some shenanigans with that card for sure. Zulkin. No Leo. Setting a card. Gonna go for Crystal Wing most likely. Being one of the better targets for Zulkin. Michael Arclight's Horn is also a great target. Now, a question I had for some of you guys, because my friend there on the right has convinced me, and this may be entirely true, it may not be, I don't know. Of course, I don't have live feedback from you guys, but if you were to set, per se, a spell card, like Raigeki or Zulkin, and then you were to, could you flip that card face up that same turn, which I don't think you could, because I'm sure once you set a spell card, it possesses the same properties as a trap card where you have to wait until your opponent's turn to activate it. But in this case, it's a spell, you can't activate them unless they're quick plays during your opponent's turn, obviously. But if it's for Zulkin's effect, if you'll be able to flip that card face up. So I don't know exactly how that works. It's just one of those questions. Going to set another card, try to get Zulkin off. But he's going to have to go to the back row. The reset back row, it's going to be good. Going to go for Stardust Spark. Now, that Zulkin is protected pretty well. But Farfa is going to be able to out it pretty easily. Going to target Crystal Wing in response to Farfa. So he does able to protect that as much as he can. And it's going to get Fog Bladed. Swings in for, not sure how much, I think 1,400 or how much Super Agent has. I own 1 copy of him. I think I pulled one in a pack not too long ago out of my box that I won at the box tournament. Spoiler alert. We'll get to that later down the road. But yeah, pretty decent board as you can see. But that Fog Blade kind of screwing him up a bit. Now he doesn't have that free negation. Pot of Cupidity, banishing 10, drawing 2. Love it or hate it, it's a decent card. Hence why it is $70 to $80 right now. Most decks playing 3. Terratop coming down. Great way to start the turn. He's got the Tom, could be very, very good. Another thing about Phantom Knights, at least this build, is the fact that I think he plays 2 copies of Leviair in the extra deck. It is so good. All the Phantom Knights you're banishing, it helps set up for so many great plays. It is amazing. Of course, right now won't be optimal for the Leviair. Probably going to go into a Dante or something to get things going. Try to get a decent mill off. Doesn't have to worry about Crystal Wing right now. Milling, I think Alec, Skarm, and Livik. So we get to special summon one from hand. Search in the end phase, and I think he'll be able to negate a card or return a spell trap. It does one of those things. There's Alec and Calcab. I think Calcab is the one that returns a set spell or trap, and I think Alec negates. So we might be able to negate effect. Again, I could have that totally mixed up. It's been a while. It's been a quick minute since I've looked at Alec and Calcab. I'm pretty sure I know what the rest of them do, but forgive me if I mix up their effects. That Dante sitting at 2,500 can crash into the Stardust Spark at best. Whether or not he'll be able to protect himself, a different story. Can't get over Crystal Wing. Nothing is getting over. Well, I guess anything could get over Crystal Wing right now with that Fog Blade in play. Getting rid of that Fog Blade would definitely help out a whole lot. But I don't think he's in the position to do that. Losing that 2 back row, however minute it was, those Twin Twizzlers, I think it was double machine duplication you might have set. No quick fix for those machine dupes. So it won't be able to get those effects off. I'm going to go into Beatrice, discarding a second Scarm, getting the end-phase search regardless, going for Seer. End-phase Super Agent's going to come back from the banishment zone. Taking a quick deck count, see how many cards are left. He's had this happen to him several times with Cupidity, at least in this build, with the amount of allures and Cupidities and all the draw power and all the banishing. He's come close to decking out several times. But it's always ended in victory, so I guess it's worth it. It's kind of funny now, with this card, most opponents are just willing to banish well over half of their deck to get to victory. It's kind of cool to see how the game has come to that point. There's been many things decks have done to try to get to that sweet, sweet victory, but banishing over 50% of your deck is definitely one of those things I'm pretty sure when people thought at a point was not nearly possible. We'll see Solemn Strike on the activation of Michael's effect to try and banish Beatrice, or even the Fog Blade, whatever it was. There's Big Red, gonna revive a Spiral. Beatrice will chain in response. Does have, it looks like, one of the Phantom Knight cards, gonna revive the Drone. We'll look at the top 3 cards of his deck with whatever's left of it and rearrange them in any order. Right now it's a pretty stacked field. Activating some effect there, I'm not too sure what. It's gonna pass. Still has the Beatrice to work with. Can send any card from deck to grave. It's gonna send a Fog Blade. Setting up probably a rank 3 play here. Yep, there's a Cloak. That's gonna get him a Search. Can't quite use Leviair just yet. Doesn't have any banished Phantom Knights. Could go into Break Sword though, which would definitely be a good play. You can get rid of the Crystal Wing, no problem. You're gonna be able to make a rank 4. We're gonna go into Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. This would set up a Leviair nicely down the road. Once he uses Dark Rebellion, he'll be able to banish the Cloak to search probably a Boots. And then in some point down the road, like I said, make a Leviair. He's gonna beat over Stardust Spark after, I think, stealing the attack of Crystal Wing. So gaining 1,500. 3 cards left in deck. It is definitely a close game here. A lot of stuff to work with. Normal summoning Seer so it dies. Getting rid of his board, going into Downerd. Keep that Dante protected, drawing into a Ghost Ogre, or perhaps a machine duplication. Either way, it's going to be game over. Phantom Knight Burning Abyss will win the match 2-0 against Spirals with a bit of a Synchro Fusionist hint. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the footage and the commentary as always. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. And like I said, if you want to get back to me on that question about Zolkin and setting spell cards, that would be greatly appreciated. Leave it in the comment down below. As always, guys, Winner Kills signing out. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we'll see you in the next one.